Greetings. This is KE8ARB. My name is Brandon. Welcome to the Portage County Amateur Radio and Service Incorporated Thursday night 2-meter net here on the K8IB repeater system. I'll be using the club call K8BF for the net. This repeater system also accepts inputs from Echolink. So I'll be asking for check-ins from around the corner to around the world here on the Kent repeater. This repeater receiver is located in Sugarbush Knolls using a PL tone of 118.8 plus Echolink through the K8BF-L Echolink node. I'll be your net control operator this evening. As always, if you have any emergency or priority traffic, you may break into this net at any time. This is a directed net and all calls will go through net control. You don't have to be a member of PCARS to check in and say hello. Everyone is welcome. PCARS meets the second Monday of each month at 7 p.m. The monthly meeting is held at the American Legion Post 496 in Kent. The post is located at 1945 Mogador Road. We look forward to seeing you there. The PCARS website is located at www.portcars.org. You can find more information about PCARS on the website. PCARS also has a number of special interest groups that meet at the club site every Tuesday in Ravenna. Check out the latest award-winning newsletter on the club website for all the information on these and other PCARS activities. During this net, I'll take pauses when asking for Echolink check-ins since they have a slight delay in audio. When you check in, please give me your name, call sign, and location. I'll acknowledge each call sign as I get them. Please be aware that the repeater system has a 4-minute timeout and Echolink has a 60-second timeout. First, we will take Echolink check-ins and Echolink only. Since I don't have Echolink pulled up in front of me, if you're on Echolink and would like to join us, please call K8BF now.
Well, really not much for the net. Managed to mow the lawn again and hoping for some rain. And that's about it. WB8OBQ.
WB8OBQ. I got you, Bob, in Uniontown. I recognize the call well. Thanks for your comments tonight. Thanks for joining us. I bet you I could probably go back and get Karen if she's around. Karen, do you have comments? Want to check into the net?
Hi, this is Karen, WD8BIW. Just had to get my Echolink working here on my phone. Yeah, I just enjoyed the day. Nice weather. Went down to Medina, spent the day with a couple of my sisters, so that was kind of fun to do. And enjoyed seeing everybody at the meeting Monday night. And that's about all I have. Back to net.
WD8BIW, K8BF. Well, thanks for joining us tonight, Karen. Glad you're enjoying the weather. It's great to have you here. All right, we're going to clear with you, and we're going to see if we have anyone else on Echolink who would like to join us.
Good evening, K8BF in the net. This is W8HFZ.
All right, W8HFZ, I've got you in the log here, joining us from Echolink. When you come back, give me your name and location, and go ahead with your comments.
Okay, good evening. Name here is Tim, Tango India, Mexico. QTH is Uniontown. Just up the road a piece from Bob and Karen. And I really don't have too much this evening. I enjoyed Monday night's meeting and seeing the people there. I'm sorry the program didn't pan out because I was really looking forward to that. And Other than that, just enjoying the nice weather, although I wish the humidity would go down. But other than that, that's about all I have for the net this evening. So back over to you, K8BF from W8HFZ.
W8HFZ. K8BF, thanks for joining us tonight, Tim. Great to have you on the net from Uniontown. And yeah, sorry things didn't pan out a little bit better at the meeting. Anyway, we're going to say 73s to you. We're going to clear with you, and we're going to look for any other Echolink check-ins. If you'd like to check in on Echolink, please call K8BF now.
K8BF, please copy November 5, Victor Lima Zulu, N5VLZ. Daryl, Delta Alpha Yankee. Daryl, let me do it this way. Doing amateur radio year-long, Little Rock, Arkansas.
N5VLZ. Daryl, we've got you checking in from Little Rock, Arkansas. Appreciate having you here. Why don't you go ahead with some comments?
All right, I had to wait for a double squelch tail there. This is N5VLZ Daryl in Little Rock. First off, Ham Shack Hotline is shutting down as of August 29th, but there are other modes available such as amateurwire.org, amateurwire.org, and hamsoverip.com, hamsoverip.com. You'll need to provide the original copy of your amateur radio license, your name, your email, and call sign, and if you have one, your DMR ID. Amateur Wire and Hams over IP will work with the GroundWire client for Android and iOS phones. There is an initial fee to purchase it. I am set up over on both. You do not need a hard phone to get set on that. Jonathan Naylor, G4KLX, I believe his call, is removing M17 from the MMDVM hotspot, and apparently Pi-Star and others will do likewise. Now, Jonathan Taylor, with a T, K1RFD, developer of Echolink, is keeping that online, but admittedly, I did a double take when I first. I hope I didn't time out the Echolink note. I'm sorry about that. Usually over here on the Echolink web thing, it's a 2 minutes, so I wasn't aware about the 1 minute thing. Extreme heat warnings and heat advisories are in many areas, including my own. Stay on the cool side of the door. They're expecting a heat index of 115 tomorrow with highs around 100, and it's going to be even hotter over the next 2 weeks. And folks, go to my bio on PCARS, click on the hyperlink for selected D-Star, D-Rats, and Echolink nets in Excel or PDF format in the 4 U.S. time zones, plus ham radio PDF files. Thanks for doing the net. Thanks for picking me up. We'll turn it back to you. K8BF in the net from N5VLZ, PCARS Life member, Little Rock.
N5VLZ, K8BF. Thank you for joining us tonight, Daryl. Yeah, it's a 60-second timeout on Echolink, unfortunately. But hey, I really do appreciate all the information you just shared with us. It is very intriguing to me about M17 support being dropped from those various places. So I'll have to look into that a bit more. But hey, stay cool. That heat index sounds brutal. So yeah, take good care of yourself. Stay out of the sun and stay out of the humidity. We're going to say 73 to you, Daryl, and clear with you. And look for more check-ins. If you'd like to check in from Echolink, please call K8BF now.
K8BF, here is WB2RPW, Gary in Eatontown, New Jersey. Very good evening to everybody on the net. And how's the cat? How's the cat, my friends? And other than that, we were up in the city today. It hit about 92, and I had a couple doctor's appointments. Last week I had trouble, but this week I took a very large bottle of water and stayed hydrated and got through it safely. K8BF in the group, WB2RPW.
All right, WB2RPW K8BF. Gary, great to have you on the net tonight. Thank you for joining us. I'm glad you stayed hydrated for your doctor's appointments this week. And, yeah, good to hear from you. Always appreciate having you on the net. To let you know, the cat is doing great. He was outside today rolling around in the sunshine, rolling around in the catnip, kind of getting playful with a piece of bark in the wood chips, so he's having a blast. We had them both outside in the sun today, and they were loving it. So anyway, Gary, 73s to you, and we're going to clear with you, and we're going to look for more Echolink check-ins. If you'd like to join us, please call K8BF now. All right, I'm not hearing anything there. I'll just take a second here to identify the net. This is the Portage County Amateur Radio Service Thursday night 2-meter net. This is K8BF, and I am looking for RF check-ins that have announcements for the net. Please call now.
K8BF, this is WB8LCD. Tom in Sugarbush Knolls.
All right, WB8LCD, I've got you in, Tom. Go ahead with your comments, please.
All right, well, hey, I'll say good evening to everybody. And turned out to be a really beautiful day out there this afternoon. It was nice and calm, and then it got hot, a little hot in the evening, but other than that, nice day. I just want to remind everybody that next week on July 24th, it's Net Night at the club site. And in addition to that, it's also our PCARS Net Night Mini Hamfest. So you don't have to reserve a table. You don't have to do anything except show up with some stuff or show up with some money. Either way, it's all appreciated. And we'll have a good time out there for as long as the sun's shining and at least it's not raining. You might want to bring a small table or something just in case we spread out into the parking lot. And hey, if you know of anybody else from any of the surrounding clubs and you want to invite them to come to the Hamfest, be a good time to commingle with some other club members of other clubs. Just ask them to come on out and tell them it's just a fun evening. And don't know if we'll do anything food-wise for the group, but you know, bring your own snacks and beverages, or there are some beverages there. It should be a good night, and I'll look forward to seeing everybody out there. This is WB8LCD 73, back to net.
WB8LCD K8BF. Well, we appreciate you checking in, Tom. And yeah, I made a note here that next week is Net Night at the club site, and we'll do a mini Hamfest, so that should be a lot of fun. All right, we're going to say 73s and clear with you. I'll do one more round here. Are there any RF check-ins with announcements for the club? Please call K8BF now.
K8WCK.
All right, KD8WCK. Rick, I've got you in the log. Why don't you go ahead with your announcements, and if you have any comments, go along with those as well.
Hey, Brandon, great to hear you. Thanks for running the net tonight for us. I want to remind you to keep the 29th of July open on your calendar. That's the 5th Tuesday. And the 5th Tuesday, Sig rolls the dice and does something different. This time, the thing we're doing different is a simulated POTA activation in CW. So we invite anyone who is interested in getting started with their CW, or maybe your speed is not too great, but you'd like to participate. Come on down to the club site at 7 o'clock on Tuesday the 29th. We will have recordings of CW POTA activation, so we have something to respond to. We will have opportunity to use keys and code oscillators without getting on the air and do some practice. And we're looking forward to having
thoughts. Let me take a break for a moment here. I'm pretty sure we're going to have representatives from the Field Day CW station come down and show us how that station is set up and how it is operated. And I'm hoping we can do a little bit of practicing a couple of times between now and next June, and maybe get some more people to volunteer for CW. One of our operators worked 7 hours on the CW station, and I know he had a good time, but really not, seriously, that could have been 3 different people having fun. So it wouldn't hurt to have a few more off a step forward for the CW station. And we want to show you that it's not rocket science, and you don't have to be a 40-word-a-minute operator. So, with all that said, Brandon, take it away. This is K8WCK.
All right, K8WCK, K8BF. Thanks for joining us tonight, Rick. Hey, I wanted to let you know, as a courtesy, your audio started off great, and it fell off to very, very quiet. So, for anybody who wasn't hearing you, I'll just reiterate real quick. July 29th, the 5th Tuesday SIG, I got that you're going to do a POTA simulation. So, anyway, appreciate you, letting everybody know about that. Hopefully we'll see a QST for that soon. So anyway, let's move on. Are there any other RF check-ins that have announcements for the club? Please call now. All right, not hearing anything there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to look for local RF check-ins. If you'd like to check into the net, please call K8BF now.
58 Golf Papa November, Tim in Kent.
WAGPN, Tim, we've got you in from Kent. Who'd like to be next? All right, the last station you were a real tough copy, and I didn't make out anything. I don't know if you can do anything to improve your location a little bit or maybe get more power, but yeah, come on back now. Okay, I think, did I get K8IV Ed? You were a tough copy, so if that wasn't it, I apologize.
That's correct. K8IV Ed, located in Brimfield.
All right, Ed, you sound good now from Brimfield. All right, I'm looking for a couple more check-ins. Please call K8BF now.
N8QE, Bob in Talmadge.
All right, Bob, I've got you in the log from Talmadge. Another check-in, please.
Kilo Delta 8 Oscar Bravo Alpha, Ken in Ravenna.
KD8OBA Ken, I've got you in the log from Ravenna. How about I take one more check-in? All right, somebody brought up the repeater, but no audio. Let's go back up to the top of the list. WAGPN, Tim. Good to hear you on the net tonight. What do you have for us?
Not much. This is Whiskey 8 Golf Papa November. Not much. Ran around for about 3 hours today. Went to about 8 different stores, auto parts, and other places to try to find this special washer that I need. Couldn't find it, so I came home, went on the computer. Granger has it, so I ordered 4 of them. Won't be here till Monday. but that's good. I'm going to pause. Whiskey 8, Golf Papa November. Anyway, just running around, doing stuff around here, and tomorrow I'm going out for a while, and I use that new JPC 12 antenna, and I don't know if I said anything last week, but I was talking to some guy in Spain, and I was hearing some guy from Bulgaria try to get in contact with him, but kept piling up. So anyway, it's a cool antenna, real quick to set up, and that's about all I got. Back to K8BF. This is Whiskey 8, Golf Papa November 73 to everybody.
WAGPN K8BF. Thanks for coming and checking in with us tonight, Tim. I'm glad you're enjoying that JPC 12. It is a great antenna, and it does go up quick, and it works really, really well. So anyhow, we're going to clear with you. We're going to go down to Ed, K8IV. What do you have for the net tonight, Ed?
Oh, not much. I just thought I'd do check-in. I haven't checked in for a very long time. This is a twofer for me. I made it last week and now this week. Anyway, I'm here in Broomfield, girlfriend's new house. And just rubber duck, HT, hopefully I'm making the machine. I decided to step outside so it's behind metal screens, etc. and so forth. But, again, just rubber duck. And, well, I don't have much to add. Gorgeous day today. I was doing some work in my shop at home and making some special brackets. Finished building a treehouse for my grandkids. Needed a cantilever. I don't know what you want to call it, struts or whatever to hold the deck up out the front of the treehouse. So that's really about it. This is K8IV, backside control. By the way, you're doing a great job on the net. This is K8IV.
K8IV, K8BF. Hey, Ed, it's great to have you on the net, especially the second week in a row. And I love to hear that you're building stuff for your grandkids' treehouse. I hope that turns out really well. Should be a lot of fun. So anyway, thanks for joining us. I love hearing you on the air, and we'll look forward to seeing you again soon. I will say 73 with you and clear with you, and I'm going to go down to N8QE. Bob, what do you have for the net tonight, Bob?
Yeah, good evening to you, Brandon, and everybody else on the net tonight. I wanted to give a nice shout-out there to Ken, W8LRW, and the crew that put up the new off-center fed dipole antenna there at the club site on Tuesday at the antenna sig. Now we're going to be able to contest on 80 meters, and it's really a nice antenna, and we checked it out, and the SWR is really low. So looking forward to contesting, of which the RIDI contest North American Party is this Saturday at the club site from 2 o'clock in the afternoon until 2 o'clock in the morning, so a 12-hour contest. So if you wanted to learn how to do RIDI or you want to operate RIDI, come on out to the club site during those times, and I'm sure we'll fit you into the schedule. Chuck does a nice job doing that. And other than that, I'm enjoying the nice weather. I got out and cut my grass. The rain yesterday gave it just enough to get it a little bit greener. All right, back to you, Brandon, N8QE.
N8QE, K8BF. Thanks for joining us tonight, Bob. And yeah, it is great. An 80-meter off-center fed will be great, and Ken does do a great job with that kind of stuff. So we're fortunate to have him help us out with that kind of stuff. So hope you have a good turnout at the RIDI contest this weekend. Should be a lot of fun. I'm going to clear with you, say 73s. And I'm going to pause real quick before I go down to Ken. Ken, you're on deck here, but just want to take a minute here to identify the net. This is the Portage County Amateur Radio Service, Thursday night 2-meter net. And I'm going to go down to KD8OBA. What do you have for the net tonight, Ken?
Well, good evening, everybody. Well, I'm going to quit watching YouTube. It just gives me too many ideas that's going to cost me more money. I was watching one where the guy had a big old kite, and he made it into used it for an antenna, and I was watching another one the other day that was, they made a ZEP antenna, and I was thinking, you know, that kite and that antenna, that'd be a good one to make. That's just a good one to make. And I was watching it again this morning, and they were talking about different toroids, and get a 52 mix toroid, and it's kind of like between 43 and you know, and it's supposed to be kind of like even it out. Maybe it brings the higher frequencies down a little bit, and the lower frequencies might come up a little bit, but they're going to be pretty good. So be more even across the board. So I'm going to quit watching YouTube for a while until my bank account catches up with me. Back over to the net. KD8OBA, back to you.
KD8OBA, K8BF. Well, thanks for joining us tonight, Ken. It's great to have you on the net. And I really don't think there's anything wrong with building antennas. I think it's a great activity. And I'll tell you what, if you were at West Branch and you were flying your antenna like a kite, if you put a kite up with an 80-meter, end-fed half wave or something like that, you would be the talk of the entire park. So I think you should do it. That's actually one I'm kind of in favor of. Maybe we should get a spool of RF Davis, the Poly Stealth. It's real light like a kite string. We should do it. I bet you it'd be a lot of fun. So, all right, I'm rambling on here. I'm going to have to say 73s to you, Ken, and I'm going to break with you. Actually, it's time to look for more check-ins. So if you'd like to check into the net tonight and talk about what you're doing on amateur radio, please call K8BF now.
November Romeo 8 Whiskey, Russ in Edinburgh Township.
All right, NR8W Russ, I've got you checked in from Edinburgh tonight. Who would like to check in next?
November 8, Sierra Kilo November, Bob in Sugar Bush Knolls.
All right, you're going to have to forgive me. This is all my fault. All I got was November 8 Sierra. Can you come back, Bob? I really apologize.
No worries, Brandon. It's November 8, Sierra Kilo November, Bob in Sugar Bush Knolls.
All right, yep, that was all on my end. I got it now. N8SKN. I've got you in the log here, Bob, and I'm going to look for another check-in. Please call K8BF now.
W8KNO, Joe in Hiram.
W8KNO, we've got you in the log from Hiram, Joe. Who else would like to check into the net?
Good evening, this is Whiskey Alpha 8 Uniform Whiskey Victor, Doug in Talmadge.
All right, we had a double there, maybe even a triple. WA8UWV, Doug, I've got you checked in from Talmadge, but there was another station who doubled with you. Would that station come back, please? All right, I've got a station way down in the noise, and I can't copy it clean at all. And I know you're probably on an HT or something like that, but can you try a different location, maybe bump power a little bit, and try again? Anyway, this is K8BF, and I am looking for check-ins for the net. Please call K8BF now.
WD8DAU, Dan in Suffield.
All right, I have WD8DAU Dan in Suffield, and I think I got a Kilo Echo 8 Alpha Tanga Alpha. Do I have that call sign correct? Kilo Foxtrot 8 Delta Echo Alpha. I have you. You're a tough copy, but we're going to work with that. I'm going to go back to the top of my list, and we're going to call NR8W. Russ, go ahead with your comments tonight.
This is NR8W. Hello, everybody on the net. I've been working all day on lawnmowers. I've got 4 walk-behind lawnmowers, 2 that somebody gave me and 2 that I snagged out of a trash pile. And believe it or not, I got all 4 of them running. Cleaned out the carburetors and the crappy gas that was in them. And had to replace a couple of spark plugs, but other than that, 1 pull fired them right up. And now I can put them down at the end of my driveway with a sign on them and make a little extra cash. And that's about it for my day. I'll say 73, and have a good weekend, everybody.
NR8W K8BF. Thanks for joining us tonight, Russ. It sounds like, it's great that you can take those lawnmowers and get them working. Usually that's the thing that fouls everything up is gas going bad and gumming things up. So anyway, we will clear with you. We'll say 73s, and we will go down to N8SKN Bob and Sugarbush Knolls. What do you have for the club tonight?
K8BF, this is N8SKN. Good evening, everybody. Brandon, thanks for taking the net and doing a great job. I'm going to continue on with the mower theme here. I've got some mid-season mower maintenance done, blades sharpened, and everything all good to go, and looking forward to fall. Ha ha, hi. But other than that, that's all I've got going. Got the grass cut, and that's all I'm doing. So I'll cut it short. K8BF, this is N8SKN, 73, everybody.
N8SKN, K8BF. Well, thanks for joining us tonight, Bob. And you had a great day to work on the mower. It wasn't real hot. The humidity was okay. So, yeah, it'll pay off. And we're glad you were able to get that accomplished. All right, I'm going to say 73 to Bob, and I'm going to clear with you, and I'm going to go down to W8KNO. Joe, good to hear you tonight. What do you have for the club tonight?
Good evening, Brandon, and good evening to everyone else. I just want to remind everyone, starting at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning through 6 o'clock Monday evening is special event station Whiskey 3 Alpha, which is the commemoration of the Apollo 11 landing on the moon. And I'm lucky to be old enough to have watched that on television. And in addition, am I not that old? I was even at a alumni football game in 57 when the Sputnik went over and they turned out all the lights and put the beep, beep, beep on the PA system. So, and the frequencies that the Apollo 11 special event is going to be 7.069, 7269, 14069, and 14269. And I hope everyone makes contact with W3A and you get your certificate. Good luck, everyone. Back to you, Brandon, and thank you for doing the net.
W8KNO, K8BF. It's my pleasure to do the net, Joe. And thanks for joining us tonight, and we will keep a lookout for W3A to commemorate the moon landing. That's really cool. So, all right, Joe, I'm going to say 73. I'm going to clear with you, and we are going to go down to WA8UWV. Doug, what do you have for the net tonight?
Thank you. This is Whiskey Alpha 8 Uniform Whiskey Victor, and someone was mentioning some interesting antennas. So at the convention, I picked up the ARRL Antenna Compendium, which has a lot of very interesting antennas in it. I haven't had a chance to review all of them, but some of them look like they're somewhat doable. Maybe I have an antenna in the future here. Anyway, I've been active. We had a lot of work done in our yard and had I think maybe 20 yards of topsoil brought in, and a bunch of grass seed, whole bunch of grass seed. And I've been spending most of my time watering it, moving the sprinkler around, trying to catch all of it. And it's starting to sprout. Hallelujah. Anyway, that's what we've been up to. Everybody have a good evening. K8BF WA8UWV.
WA8UWV K8BF. Doug, it's great to have you on the net tonight. We really appreciate you being here. And I think you should build more antennas. You know I'm a fan of that. I'm always in favor of building more antennas. So anyway, you had a good day to spread mulch. Again, not real hot. Maybe beat the weather, between the weather. So that's all good. So all right, Doug. I'm going to say 73s, and I'm going to clear with you. And I am going to take a moment to identify the net here. This is the Portage County Amateur Radio Service Thursday night 2-meter net. I'm going to take a couple seconds here to go through some announcements real quick. Coming up on this Saturday from 8 to 2, there is a POTA Support Your Parks event. So you can go to the club website and find out more information about that. From 2 to 12 at the club site, there is also the RIDI contest this weekend. So you head down to the club site and operate there. That should be a lot of fun. And I've got a note here. This coming Tuesday is the DX Contesting SIG at the club site from 7 to 8 p.m. And then next Thursday, we're going to have a small ham fest for net night at the club site. So bring some food, bring a table, bring your gear. I think on the website here it says it starts at 6:30. Should be a lot of fun. And I'll give JC a little shout out here. Next Friday, the Radiogram newsletter inputs are due. So if you have something that you did that's pretty interesting, write up an article, send it to JC, and we'll see if we can get it in there. So, all right. With that, I am going to go down to WD8DAU, Dan from Suffield. Good to have you on the net tonight. What do you have for us?
Okay, thanks for the check-in. Just going to work a little code this weekend. I have a Heathkit HW16 I like to break out and play with a little bit. So that's the plans for the weekend. WD8DAU.
All righty. WD8DAU K8BF. Thanks for joining us today, Dan. Good to have you on the net, and I hope you have a lot of fun. Code should be a lot of fun this weekend. So, all right. I have one more station here. I have the call sign as Kilo Foxtrot 8 Delta Echo Alpha, and I don't have your name or your location, but if you want to come back, and we can try and get your name and location, and if you have any comments for the net tonight.
This is Kilo Foxtrot 8 Delta Tango Alpha. Yeah, it was really messed up on the RF side, so I switched over to Echolink for you. I'm just hanging out here playing FT8 with my technician license on 10 meter. It looks like everything died. But just listening along and getting information and learning from all these nets. I appreciate everybody that hosts the net, and thank you for taking my call. This is KF8DTA, back to control.
KF8DTA. Hey, it's a pleasure to have you here. I mean, this net wouldn't be anything without all you guys checking in, so it's our pleasure to have you. I did look you up on QRZ. I have your name and your location. Wanted to tell you I appreciate you taking the time to check into the net. It looks like you're a relatively new ham, and we are happy to have you here. So thank you. Enjoy FT8. I don't know how the bands are right now, but I know that there have been some really cool openings, so I hope you have a lot of fun. So, all right, I'm going to clear with KF8DTA. and I am looking for more check-ins. If you'd like to join us on the net tonight, please call K8BF now.
N8WCP, Mike in Rootstown.
N8WCP, I've got you in from Rootstown tonight, Mike. Why don't you go ahead with your comments?
All right, hey. Well, first of all, good evening, Brandon, everybody on the net. And thank you for running the net. We always appreciate that. Let's see. What comments do I have? Not a whole lot. I'm looking forward to the weekend. Going to try to get up to a club site and work some of that Ready contest on Saturday. And also work it at home a little bit, too. Actually, just now downloading N1MM and getting it ready for the weekend. And yesterday, I just popped in a couple new monitors at the shack. It was time to retire the 15-year-old monitors, and it was like, man, my eyes are so much better now that I can actually see what's on the screen. So, good investment. Other than that, just enjoying a little DX this evening. Contact out there on 20 meters in Saudi Arabia. There were a couple stations booming in, and had an opportunity to make contact with them before I checked into the net. Let's see. I think that's it for right now. Glad everybody was able to get together Tuesday to get that 80-meter antenna up. That was well planned out by Ken, and it went off pretty flawlessly, so it was a good time as well. With that, I will say 73. Everyone have a good evening and a good weekend, and we'll catch you down the log. N8WCP.
N8WCP, K8BF. Hey, sounds like you're having a lot of fun on radio, Mike. Good to hear you on the net, and yeah, hope you have some fun working the RIDI stuff this weekend. I know you like the RIDI contest quite a bit. It is cool, and it is soothing to me when I listen to it, so I enjoy that as well. All right, I'm going to say 73. I'm going to clear with you, and I am going to look for more check-ins. If you'd like to join us on the net tonight, please call K8BF now.
November 8, Bravo Alpha Yankee, N8BAY, Ralph in Stowe.
November 8, Bravo Alpha Yankee. Ralph, I've got you in from Stowe. Why don't you go ahead with your comments?
This is N8BAY. Good evening to everyone on the net. I just wanted to check in tonight and say hello to everyone. It's interesting just listening to all the hams out there, and just sitting here relaxing and not really doing much of anything. Hope everyone has a great Friday coming up and a great weekend. N8BAY, back to net control.
N8BAY, K8BF. Well, thank you for joining us tonight, Ralph. It's great to have you here. And we appreciate you throwing out your call and checking into the net. It is really everyone's participation that makes these nets so great. So I'm going to say 73 to you. We'll look forward to talking to you down the log. With that, I'm going to take a moment and identify the net real quick. This is the Portage County Amateur Radio Service Thursday night 2-meter net, and I am looking for check-ins. If you'd like to join us, please call K8BF now.
Hey, Greg in Bainbridge.
All right, I've got KA8TOA, Greg from Bainbridge, and there was another station I think that doubled with you. Would that station come back, please?
KF8ADQ, Joe in Brimfield Township.
KF8ADQ, I think it's Joe in Brimfield. All right, I've got you in the log. If I have it wrong, when I come back through, we'll get it all corrected. Yeah, this is K8BF, and I am looking for more check-ins.
Papa 4, Victor Zulu, Mike from Manway.
DGF in Ravenna Township.
All right, Mike, Kilo Papa 4, Victor Zulu, I've got you checked in, and there was another station that doubled with you. Would that other station come back, please?
This is Paul, KE8EGF in Ravenna.
All right, KE8EGF. I've got you, Paul, in the log. Is there another check-in? All right, not hearing anything. I'm going to go back to Greg, K8BF. What do you have for the net tonight, Greg?
Okay, Brandon, K8BF with K8BF. All right, great job, Brandon. I wasn't sure if you or Ethan were available, but thank you for picking up the net. And all the announcements and everything. So with that, I am going to clear and let you continue a great job that you're doing as always. So we'll talk to you later. Take care. K8BF, K8TOA.
K8TOA, K8BF. Hey, Greg, good hearing you out there. It's always a pleasure to have you on the radio. So hope you're doing well. I will say 73 to you. We'll move down and talk to KF8ADQ. Joe, what do you have for the net tonight?
This is KF8ADQ. Well, I leave tomorrow morning early for my trip to Florida and then driving back from Florida that I mentioned. I got my radio, one of my radios packed up, and hopefully it makes the trip in my backpack okay. A little worried about my mag mount antenna. Apparently the TSA does frown upon high-powered magnets, so I'll see if that classifies as a high-powered magnet or not, because unfortunately I don't have a way of measuring the magnetic inductance at 4 feet, because that's how it's listed on the TSA website. It has to be less than a certain amount of Gauss or some unit of magnetism at a certain distance. Of course, I have any way of measuring that, so it's a cheap antenna off Amazon. So if it doesn't make it through TSA, I guess I'll have to acquire an antenna from Florida. Other than that, in my quest to learn more things digital, I am starting to learn packet radio and the wonderful world of BBSs. Trying to figure out if there is any in Northeast Ohio or not. But it does look like something that'd be kind of fun. I am old enough in the IT industry to remember the old days of dial-up BBSs, and I don't know how I didn't notice that BBSs still exist in the amateur radio. So if one exists, I'm going to see if I can find it when I get back and dip my toes into that realm and see if that piques my interest. I don't know. So I'll say KF8ADQ, back to net.
KF8ADQ, K8BF. Hey, Joe, you're always doing fun things on the radio, and we love to hear about them on the net. So keep doing all that stuff, and safe travels down there. If you get in the airport security and they complain about the antenna mag mount, just let them know you didn't think that this was considered a strong magnet, so maybe they need to lower their standards. No, don't do that. Probably don't do that. Anyway, good to have you on the net, and wish you all the best. So I'm going to say 73 and clear with you, and I am going to go down to Mike, KP4VZ. What do you have for the net tonight, Mike?
Good evening, Brandon, and everybody on the net. Well, today I continue working on my Google ID certification, plus spend a couple hours developing a handout for a Linux class. I already have 2, planning to do 2 more. So I've been busy all day. Back to you, Brandon. This is Kilo Papa for Victor Zulu.
KP4VZ, K8BF. Well, hey, Mike, when you get that certification, make sure you remind them not to crash their cloud service in the middle of the day, or ever, really. So I'm kidding, but, not really. Tell them not to do that anymore. So, hey, good luck with that, and we'll look forward to your Linux handouts. So should be a lot of fun. I will say 73, clear with you, and I will go down to KE8EGF. Paul, it's good to hear you tonight. What do you have for the net?
This is Paul, KE8BF. Not a whole lot for the net. I was just enjoying this nice evening. I think the hot weather the last couple of weeks has really gotten to me. Kind of wears me out. But anyways, it's a real nice night tonight. Let's see, in terms of ham radio, just was reading Radcom, and they had a nice article in there about an SDR receiver that you can build, and I'm going to look into that, see what that would take. It's kind of interesting. It uses FPGA for doing some of the receiver, the work, the digital receiver work that you need for an SDR, and see how that might work out. Not much else. I do have a little bit of information. There was I picked up mail at the club site this week, and there was some information about the Warren Hamfest on August 17th, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. And I haven't been there in a couple years, but I heard it was pretty good last year. So if anybody's interested, they can look it up, and we plan to.
K8EGF, K8BF. Hey, Paul, you were doing well, and then you dropped out. Are you still with us? All right, not hearing anything back from Paul, so hopefully everything's all right over there. I bet you his battery ran out or power or something. With that, I am going to take a moment to identify the net. This is the Portage County Amateur Radio Service Thursday night net, and we are looking for check-ins. If you'd like to join us, please call K8BF now. There was a station just now with real low audio. Can you come back?
Oh, that was me, KD8WCK. Can you hear me?
KD8WCK. I can hear you loud and clear now, Rick.
Maybe my mic cable was loose. I wanted to remind, we have an opportunity on the 13th of September, which is the weekend after OSPADA, I think. There's a small activity called Churches and Chapels on the Air, and I activated my church in Macedonia a couple of years ago. I had a great time, and I wondered if anyone else would be interested. We've got a 5-acre field, so there's room to spread out. There's electric power, but you probably need to bring a Mongo extension cord or a generator or a battery. So keep it in mind if you think you'd like to do it. It's a phone activation. It's kind of based in Great Britain, but there are a couple of stations in North America that participate, and it's low key and lots of fun. And it runs from the morning of the Saturday till about 4 in the afternoon because it's kind of on UK time. So. Keep it in mind. Think about me. If you think it might be interesting, maybe we can figure out a plan. KD8WCK, back to you, Brandon. Thank you.
KD8WCK, K8BF. Well, we appreciate that, Rick, and it is a lot of fun. I'm thinking about doing it this year. Real quick, since you were talking about this, I will check in with a couple comments here. I have been using these portable power stations to run my radio and little computer for logging and running digital modes, and I have to tell you guys, for about $150, I have a little power station that'll run my radio and my computer all day long. So what I got is a little Anchor Solix C300, and I'm using a USB-C to DC cable, and what it does is the USB-C negotiates 12 volts, and it provides 12 volts at 3 amps to my radio. Now, you're not going to run QRO, you're not going to run 100 watts, you're not going to run anything like that, but if you want to run a IC705, if you want to run a Yaesu FTX1F or something like that, or QRP Labs, QMX Plus, or anything like that, it runs it beautifully. Looking forward to getting out and doing a lot of parks that way. Should be a lot of fun. So when you were talking about the churches on the air, chapels on the air, Rick, it made me think about that, so I figured I'd mention it. Maybe some other folks are interested. But yeah, I plug my computer in there. It runs that great. I run my radio out of there. It's a really great solution. I think you guys would really like it. Simplifies the amount of batteries I'm carrying around, and I like it. So with that, I should break and look for more check-ins. If you'd like to join the net tonight, please call K8BF now.
KB8TUI, Mike in Ravenna.
Hey, Mike, KB8TUI, we've got you in from Ravenna. Why don't you go ahead with your comments?
Oh, okay. Well, let's see. I've been mowing today, and trying to stay out of mow the shady areas first, then wait for the shade to move, and I mow the other ones later. So got that out of the way. The antenna, putting the antenna SIG group, that was fun, doing an actual antenna for the antenna SIG group. That was kind of neat. Wanted to take part in the RIDI contest. I'll probably do it Sunday. I'll be Saturday. I think I'm out of town, and I'd also like to get that certification or activation of the NASA moon landing. That sounds like it'd be fun. I'll have to try that tomorrow morning. Thanks, Joe, for that. And thanks, Brandon, for running the net. You sound good. Back to net, KB8TUI.
KB8TUI, K8BF. Hey, thanks, Mike. I appreciate that. And I appreciate you being here. It's always a pleasure to have you participate in all these events with the club. You're wonderful folks to be around. So anyway, we will look forward to chatting with you many more times. So I'm going to say 73 to you and clear with you. This is K8BF. I am looking for check-ins to the net. If you'd like to check in or do a recheck, please call now.
TOA for a recheck.
Yep, we got you, K8TOA. Go ahead.
Brandon, I hope Ethan's okay. So I just I missed the very beginning of the net there, but anyways. Also, you might want to throw out there that we got a couple of Nick's kids should be at the island tomorrow for a week of radio operating there. So might want to throw that out for the rest of the net, or put that on a sheet of paper for me. And we'll catch you later. I'm going to be out of here. I'm going to be QRT. Bye.
K8TOA, K8BF. Well, you just told everybody, Greg, so we appreciate you doing that and letting everybody know. Yeah, I ran into Agnes down at Hamvention, and she and Ben were both working the station. I bought some tickets for that very trip, so tried to help them out. So they seem very excited about that. Hopefully they're having a good time. Hopefully they have good man conditions and things go well for them. So, all right, with that, I'm going to do another call for check-ins. If you'd like to join the net, please call K8BF now. All right, last call. We've got 25 check-ins now. If you'd like to join the net, please call K8BF now. All right, hearing nothing else, I'm going to close the net. I'd like to genuinely thank everyone for taking time to check in to the net. Your participation is very much appreciated. PCARS would especially like to thank K8IV. Ed, you were here on the net tonight, so thank you for the use of your repeater and for this net. So anyway, with that, I'm going to say 73 to everyone. I'm going to turn the repeater back to regular amateur use, and I hope to hear you all down the log. K8BF is clear, and KE8ARB is clear.